Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Good morning, Father.
Ngayon po ang yaman ng mga pagbasa ay may nakatuon po sa napakahalagang aspeto ng simbahan. At yung pong aspeto ng tinatawag nating ministry na konektado po sa mission. Pagka po pinag-usapan natin ng ministry, ang ministry po ay essentially ay paglilingkod, paggawa ng tungkulin sa ngalan ng Diyos. And when you are sent to do ministry, then you are an apostle. So sa ikalawang pagbasa ko, kinukwento ni San Pablo na bagamat siya ay hindi karapat-dapat, kumbaga siya ay anak sa labas, kumbaga siya isinilang ng hindi normal, suhi. Hindi siya bahagi ng original na grupo ng mga apostol na tinawag mismo ng Panginoon. Pero ang kanyang pagtawag ay medyo ano siya, Johnny come lately, late comer. But it doesn't matter when God calls. When God calls and you respond, then you are an apostle. Whether or not you belong to the original band of brothers, the original 12. Ngayon po, nakita rin po natin na ang pagiging apostol, ang paglilingkod sa Diyos, ay hindi po nababatay sa kung kayo, tayo, sino man, ay karapat-dapat. Kaya nakita natin kung paano sa unang pagbasa, si Isaías na biglang tinamaan ng kababaang loob, biglang tinamaan ng unworthiness, at sinabi niya, I am a sinful man. I don't deserve all of what I am seeing right now, seeing the glory of God. But then the angel of the Lord came to him, called him in God's name. And to the question, whom will I send? Then Isaiah, unworthy though he was, sinabi niya, here I am, send me. Many years ago, when the world was younger, I used to climb mountains and I loved the sea. And there was a time we went snorkeling somewhere in Palawan. We didn't go to the rich areas. We went to, I forgot the name of the town, which is associated with five-star hotels, but we went to the town, which is a very poor town. And so from there, we hired a boat. And the boat brought us for a whole day to the islands that were featured in a movie where Thanos was the kontrabida. I forgot what movie that was. Thanos, they say, is still there in Palawan. But we were brought to go island hopping. And for the occasion, I prepared a set of snorkeling equipments for everybody in the community in Canlubang back then. And so we were snorkeling and we were having the time of our lives, looking at the colorful fishes, the colorful halamang dagat sa ilalim, corals. And I was so distracted and so enjoyed the sight, looking at those colorful live corals and fishes, that I ventured out into the deep. And all of a sudden, whilst I was looking at colorful corals and fish, all of a sudden I realized I was in a trench. And I thought I was gonna die because deep was calling on deep. I felt I was being sucked by the depths. It was so eerily silent. And I couldn't hear my companions anymore. I was too far out into the deep. I panicked and I thought I couldn't breathe and I was going to be sucked into the deep. But then, you know, when you realize that you are in some kind of danger, then you begin to think fast and do what you should do quickly. And then, therefore, I managed to get back to where everybody was, to the shallows. But then coming back to the shallows, I realized that I've seen a vision that I haven't seen ever in my life. A vision that never left my memories. It was a vision of utter peace, eerily silent. It was a vision of something that we generally do not see because we're always remaining in the shadows. The reason why I'm talking about this is because the Lord tells us today to put out into the deep. And He told Peter, who had spent all night in the deep, trying to catch fish and caught nothing. But then the command to put out into the deep was preceded by an activity that many people would tend to miss. And that activity was preaching, teaching. He was prophesying. He told Peter to ilabas ng konti ang bangka at sumakay siya sa bangka at mula sa bangka, siya ay nagturo sa mga taong nasa dalampasigan. And after doing that ministry, then He told Peter, James, and John to put out into the deep. And that is when they saw what they have never seen before. A catch that was too plenty to count, that even the other boats could not contain. Ano po ang leksyon para sa atin? Tayo po ay sigurista. Gusto natin lagi tayong nakasisiguro, kung kaya lagi tayong nasa tabi ng daan, lagi tayong nasa pampang, lagi tayong nasa dalampasigan. Ayaw nating pumunta sa kalaliman. Ayaw nating gawin ang bagay na magbibigay sa atin ng takot, pangamba, anxiety, worry, o dagdag na problema. Pero ngayon, ano ang leksyon para sa atin? Ang ministeryo po, ang ministry, ang gawang pagliligtas tulad ng ginawa ni Kristo, may bagay na hindi nyo dapat problemahin. Una, you should never ask yourself, am I worthy? Because no one is. If we ask ourselves, am I worthy? Do I merit this? Do I deserve this? Then no one will be in ministry. Bakit ho? Lahat tayo ay kulang. Meron hong bagay na hindi kompleto sa buhay natin lagi. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough talents. And by the way, those who give a lot of problems to the church are two kinds of people. Those who are too stupid and those who are too intelligent. Those who are too intelligent know everything, and therefore they don't need God. They don't need anybody to tell them what to do. Those who are too stupid, they don't understand anything. Uulitin mo ng 5 beses bawat instruction, and then they will do what they want. Historically, problems have arisen because yung mga maleta at mga aral, sobrang matatalino. Mga maleta at matatalino, yan ang problema ng simbahan. Kung yung mga nasa gitna na nagsasabing, I don't know how to talk, I have no talents, I am not worthy. Well, what did you think of Peter, James, and John? Peter was not worthy either. He was just a fisherman. James and John were sons of Zebedee. They were fishermen. And when the Lord came to them, they were just doing things because they had nothing better to do. They were washing their nets because they spent the whole night trying to catch and caught nothing. And therefore, what do? You do maintenance work. You don't do mission work. When you don't know what to do and you don't feel worthy, what do? Magwalis ka na lang lagi. Araw-araw nagwawalis. Yun lang namang sahigang winawalis. Yung kisa may ang daming agyo. Maintenance work. The Lord calls us today not to do maintenance work, but to do mission work. And to do mission work, you should leave your comfort zone. Iwanan mo yung dalampasigan. Iwanan mo yung mga bagay na madali. Iwanan mo yung mga bagay na kinasanayan mo na. Iwanan mo yung mga bagay na siyang gusto mong gawin lagi. And do something else for a change. Dare to do the impossible. And then, when you dare to do the impossible in God's name, then God completes what you have begun. Ngayon po sa leksyon natin ay may mga leksyon pong karugtong ito. Kung ang unang-unang requirement ay hindi being worthy, but just being you, just listening to the call and saying, "Here I am, send me," then what should be your attitude? Humility. Bakit? Hindi mo kaya lahat eh. Kung ako'y nanatili doon sa Pampang, sa mga isla na tirahan ni Thanos, hindi ko nakita yung the compelling beauty of the depths. I could see nothing, but I could sense that I was thousands of, I don't know, maybe meters going down into the trench. That was probably part of the Marianas Trench. And I saw the beauty of silence that I never had before in my life. When I was assigned here as a brother, I said, what do I tell them? They are very educated people. I am not worthy. But then I had the time of my life, and I enjoyed being here as a young brother. When I was assigned in the parish, Mary Help of Christians also, in Mayapa in Calamba, Laguna, to work with a very strict Italian missionary, I said, I'm afraid, I don't know what to do. But then I had the best 2 years of my life. People were poor. During my birthdays, they gave me one. Some of them gave me one pair of socks, another one piece of handkerchief, and another, I don't know, cornic, yung mga maliliit na pakete ng mga merienda ng mga bata. But I had the best 2 years of my life. Why? Because I was effective. I was efficient. I could do a lot of things. I was teaching catechism and teaching religion in the boonies. 5 na lang ang tawag nila, 5 na lang langit na kasi nasa bundok. Mag-hiking ka lang Tagaytay na. And that was Mabato and Bungo in Calamba. Konting lakad na lang, 5 na nga lang langit na. You will never be worthy enough. But there is another danger, however. People who do ministry because they want barkada. Ang pinakamatinding kalaban ng simbahan sa mga parokya, pagka ang lectors ay barkada, pagka ang mga naglilingkod sa simbahan ay barkada, they form a clique. And therefore, when people are changed, the new parish priest cannot act much because they always say, mabuti pa si Father so and so. When I was assigned in Mandaluyong, I was 31 years old. I was coming from the parish and I was so terrorized being assigned as principal in a very big school where there were more than 5,000 students at that time. But then I had the best 4 years of my life again because I did what was told to me. Mission and ministry is not about worthiness. Mission and ministry is not about pride. It's not about being a barkada. It's not about forming a clique. It's about doing God's work and doing the methods that are godly. Not yung barkada, samahan, clique, kanya-kanya, and then sisiraan yung sino mang dapat siraan. There are what sociologists call conflict entrepreneurs. They thrive on conflict. Pinagsasabong yung mga nasa taas para makuha nilang gusto nila. That's not ministry. Ministry is put out into the deep. Go into the uncertain territory. Go where you're not so well prepared. Go there where you are most needed, where you're most afraid, and do what you don't want to do in the name of obedience to God's will. And then, you've read this already. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. And therefore, when you obey, "Here I am, send me," take heart, put out into the deep, and God will do the rest.